trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. You still at your mama crib and getting money, you gotta...
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 29-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
They run, it's Mark Ingram.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. On the crossing route, complete. It's Andrews. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson now. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield, or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the rookie from Florida Atlantic, Kareth White, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated, trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He may be playing free safety while wrapped up in a corner's body, but Earl Thomas is the best center fielder in the game. He cleans up everything back there as far as I'm concerned. I think he just has intelligence, understands things, and boy, is he tough.
19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
77.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, Haywood!
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger has had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 in a win against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October of 2014 was kind to Big Ben. They'll try and run it with White. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
These 2 teams all tied after 1. Ingram again, a first down carry. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete.
Situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He may try and run for this. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down. World.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now it's Ingram. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Escaping the pressure right. He uncorks it for Snead. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First down, here's White. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On the draw, it's White. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And it's brought in by Washington. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Ingram. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And now Jackson will look to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll try and run. Ingram. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. This is Johnson, he's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Now White. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he's going to be taken down with... The first down at the Ravens 21.
White 80. Watch one. Man left.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he's taken down after a gain of 3.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Here we go. Lock 80.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days that they used to carry pianos on their backs when after they caught the football? Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
He dumps it down to Ingram. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker now for the extra point. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
6 guys. Check Greystone. Travel. Check.
Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Roethlisberger now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. 10.
Check. Crunch.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's what... You like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A solid run of 11 there. He's still short of the marker at its 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. There goes Mark Ingram. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front. Gave them the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Pernell McPhee able to record his 5th sack of the season. So the sack and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. To throw here, Roethlisberger being chased out left. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized, you know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson, flushed out right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there and also a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Jackson now. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Now Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Steps away to his left. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw. is taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Pernell McPhee in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
He's back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Quarter.
They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. And a catch made by Johnson. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base.
All right, now, 230. Check, 48's the mic. All day, baby, all day. Black, what's up?
And they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments.